Patuloy ang isinasagawang monitoring ng mga otoridad sa ukol sa epekto ng bagyong Emong at hanging habagat. Batay sa ulat ng National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, 2 na ang kanilang naitalang namatay sa pagbaha sa Maguindanao. Kaugnay nito, patuloy rin ang kanilang pagbibigay ng relief assistance sa mga apektadong pamilya.
Hello and welcome. I am Jean Kimberly Esbarra from BS Ed Science 1, and today's case study is about Typhoon Emong, also known as Typhoon Chanhom, which hit the Philippines in May 2009. This powerful storm caused massive floodings and landslide across northern Luzon, leading to over 60 deaths, injuries, and damage to home, infrastructure, and agriculture worth nearly ₱1 billion. We'll walk you through what happened, why it was so destructive, how communities responded, and most importantly, the lesson we can learn to prepare better in the future. Typhoon Emong struck northern Luzon in early May 2009. It brought heavy rainfall and strong winds that triggered landslide and widespread flooding across multiple provinces. The typhoon caused significant human suffering and major economic losses. This study examines the meteorological causes, the impacts, the responses efforts, and proposes ways to improve disaster preparedness and reduce future risk. Typhoon Emong was a tropical cyclone that made landfall on May 7, 2009. It was characterized by intense rainfall and gusty winds. What made Emong particularly significant was the scale of flooding and landslide it produced, especially in mountains and rural communities. Its timing during a busy typhoon season compounded its effect, overwhelming many local governments. The provinces most affected were in northern Luzon, including Pangasinan, La Union, Ilocos Sur, Benguet, Ifugao, and Nueva Vizcaya, among others. These areas are vulnerable to flooding and landslide because of their mountainous terrain, widespread deforestation, and the presence of informal settlements in flood-prone zones. Many communities here rely on agriculture, which was severely impacted. The aim of this case study is to analyze the natural and human factors that cause Emong destructive impacts, document the social, economic, environmental, and human toll, review disaster response and recovery efforts, and identify lessons and recommendations to improve future disaster management. Emong developed and intensified early May 2009. On May 7, it made landfall in Pangasinan, bringing heavy rains and winds that devastated several provinces. Rainfall caused rivers to overflow, triggering floods in low-lying areas, while steep slopes in upland villages gave way to deadly landslide. Wind damages approximately 90% of dwellings in some communities. Natural factors include the storm's track and the mountain terrain enhancing rain buildup. Human factors like deforestation, poor land use planning, and informal settlements in hazardous areas greatly increase vulnerability. In economic impact, damage totaled nearly ₱1 billion. Tens of thousands of homes were partially and totally destroyed, crops and livestock were lost, and infrastructure such as bridges and roads were severely damaged. In environmental impact, landslide led to soil erosion, rivers were contaminated, disrupting ecosystems. In social impact, communities faced disruption of social services, evacuation centers became crowded, increasing vulnerability. Emergency declarations allowed quick mobilization of relief funds, evacuation centers sheltered displaced families, local government, NGOs, and the national government coordinated relief distributions, medical aid, and repairs. Recovery plans focused on rebuilding infrastructure and reforestation to prevent future landslide. Despite the response, warning systems and communication were insufficient to prevent casualties. Informal settlements in dangerous areas worsened impacts. Urban and rural planning must incorporate hazard maps. Community education on preparedness and investment in resilient infrastructure are critical. Protecting forests help reduce landslide risk. In conclusion, Typhoon Emong revealed the deadly combination of powerful natural forces and human vulnerability in northern Luzon. Improving forecasting, building safer communities, and protecting the environment are essential in reducing the impacts of future typhoons.